gonna keep ducking till we finally shine. Indeed, I keep them ducking, baby, time after time. I said it's getting hotter out that flame I came. They try to stop me, straight up block me through that pain I've gained. A newer way, pursue my rays. Look, I don't cry no more. I just load up my mind and let my grind go show. Cause I'm locked in every single day. I be locked in, focused all the way, man. I'm locked in from the time I wake. I be locked in. I don't need no break. Okay. Let's play. Okay. Let's play. Sorry, ain't no conforming. They'll know when I come for them. They don't know what I'm forming. They get low while I'm soaring. Ain't nothing about abnormal. No, he abnormal. Bad for you, ask for who downs I shout. I'm asked for you. Know the date, I flow grade 8. Luckily they with me now. Sit back, watch a procreate. I spit raps that'll go through hate. Stay focused on your biz and don't you ever focus. Stay focused on your biz and don't you ever focus. I'm locked in every single day. I be locked in, focused all the way, man. I'm locked in from the time I wake. I be locked in. I don't need no break. Okay. Let's play. Okay. Let's play.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Sip the Tally Films, and we're here for our post-game recap and our call-in show. So let's get through the post-game recap part, then we'll open the phone lines up once I finish with the recap. And just, you know, I said it before when we was on the watch party, the 5 minutes will be exact today. So if we get to the point where I cut you off, I apologize ahead of time. The 5 minutes will be exact today. But I'm gonna go through this recap first and look at some of the stats and some of the tweets I saw that I want to kind of comment on. Then we'll get to the call-in part. I'm bothered by this, man. Extremely bothered by this. The defense finally showed some life. Probably one of their better defensive showings of the year. And we put up 16 points. Versus a team that's not, they ain't great. They good defensively. They ain't great defensively. TJ Watt did not go crazy. The plan on TJ Watt worked. He didn't go crazy. But we looked inept. It looked inept. The turnovers, the penalties. You can't expect to win games and have stats in those categories like that. Let's go through the stats real quick and let's talk about that. First downs, 18-16. They had 2 more first downs than us. Third downs, and this is how I know the defense plays some decent football. They were 4 of 16 on third downs. 4 of 16. They were 25% on third downs. We were 4 of 11. 4 of 11 on third downs. That ain't great, but it ain't 25%. It ain't 25%. Total net yards. We outgained them in total net yards. 329 to 303. But they had 74 offensive plays. We had 54. They had the ball 74 times. They had 74 offensive plays. That's too many. By the time the defense get around 60, they're getting tired. When the defense gets to around 60, they're getting tired. They had 74 offensive plays. Our average gain on our plays, 6 yards, 6.1 yards. Their average gain, 4.1. Rushing yards, we rushed for 124, they rushed for 122. Passing yards, we threw for 205, they threw for 181. 12 freaking penalties. 12 penalties. And all kinds of penalties. Holding, ineligible downfield, blocking the back, offsides, 12 different kinds of penalties. Unacceptable. Totally unacceptable for us to keep having penalties like that. If I'm not mistaken, we may lead the league in penalties. And I don't know that for a fact. I'm being extra right now. I don't know that for a fact. But we might lead the league in penalties. I just don't understand what. At some point, what? Turnovers. Us 3, them 1. Derrick Henry fumble. Isaiah Likely fumble. The amazing interception that I think was a catch. But that's 3 turnovers. Punts were what they were. We scored 2 TDs. They didn't score 1 at all. They kicked 6 field goals, and that's what won in the game. 6 field goals. 6 for 6 on field goals. Our kicker, 1 for 3. And yeah, I was like, early in the season, I'm not worried about Tuck. I'm officially worried about Tuck. Officially. I'm officially worried about Tucker now. I am officially worried about Tucker. And the 1 field goal he made, because people want to blame Stout, but the 1 field goal he made, Stout had to save that. That snap damn near rolled back there. But I don't know if it's Stout's fault though. I'm just stating what I saw. I don't know if it's Stout's fault. Damn, Josh Allen, you stupid. I don't know if that's Stout's fault. I don't know if it's the snapper's fault. I don't know if it's Tucker's fault. I just know it ain't getting done. Let's see where we at. Time of possession. Remember, they ran 20 more plays than us. Time of possession. 36 minutes and 22 seconds to 23 minutes. They had the ball, 12 more minutes than us. Almost 13. Can't win games like that. Can't. That contribute. The turnovers contribute to that. The not being good on third down contributes to that. The penalties contribute to that. Can't win games like that. Individual stats. Henry was 13 for 65 for the touchdown, and I saw a lot of people saying you should have ran Henry more. Henry, if you want to go real numbers, Henry probably had about 90 yards rushing. But every time he'd break off a nice run, the penalties will bring it back. So now you behind the sticks, and he don't really work with us when we in pass situations. He just don't. Lamar had 4 for 46, and Justice Hill had 2 for 13. Keaton didn't get a carry at all. Passing wise, Lamar was 16 for 33, 207, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Not a good day. But I'm not mad at the offensive plan for TJ Watt. Yeah, he made a couple plays, but he didn't take over the game like he normally do. I am not mad at the offensive plan for TJ Watt. He did not take over the game like I expected him to do so. So, the chipping and all the stuff they did, I'm not mad at it. Roger Rosengarten was not the reason we lost this game. I was hoping I could say that after the game, and I'm saying it now. Roger Rosengarten was not the reason why we lost this game. Like his one-on-one matchup with TJ Watt. That he was not the reason. Passing wise, Isaiah Likely led us with 4 for 75. Zay with 2 for 39, a touchdown and a drop. Bateman with 2 for 30. Justice Hill 4 for 28. Mark Andrews 2 for 22. Tylen Wallace 1 for 8, and Perry Carr 1 for 5, where he seemed like his controller became unplugged after he caught the ball. Pat caught the ball and used the sport, his controller became unplugged. He just stopped. Defensively, before Roquan went out, he had 13 tackles. Darius, who had a good game in my opinion, a really good game in my opinion, had 11 tackles as well, taking over that second safety spot. Kyle Hamilton had 10 tackles. So we had 3 guys over double digits in tackles. And I think all 3 of those guys played good football. Rowe, Darius, and Kyle. Malik came in had 6 tackles, but he didn't. It's just different. It's just different. Odafe Owe. Salute to you, Odafe Owe. 2.5 sacks. Once he started whooping on 77, I would have left him on 77 the rest of the game. There is not a situation where I would have put him on the other side and maybe gave somebody else a try on 7. No. The way he was whooping up on 77, Odafe Owe, that would have been your food for the day. Go to work on that guy. But for some reason, we just kept throwing Kyle and other guys over there. You should have let Owe cook when he was cooking. Who knows when he going to cook again? You should have let him kept cooking, in my opinion. Marlon. I can't say enough about what Marlon is doing, getting his hands on the ball. I just can't say enough. Can't say enough about it. And Marlon got another interception. The fumbles hurt. Henry would have lost fumble. Likely would have lost fumble. PQ had 10 tackles against us. George Pickens had 8 for 89. I ain't mad at the job on George Pickens. He got his one moon ball on Brandon Stevens, but for the most part, everything else had to be short, intermediate stuff. And nobody else really did anything for them receiving wise. Your 2 next biggest receivers were the backs. Najee Harris with 4, Jalen Warren with 4. Najee Harris had 63 yards rushing, Warren had 40. So they went over 100 yards. The Fields came in with those 2 runs toward the end. So, I mean, we just got to score freaking points. We got who would have thought they would have held us to under 20 points? Never in my lifetime would I thought they would have held us to under 20 points. Go through a couple tweets real quick. The 4 quarterbacks the Ravens have lost to this season: Pat Mahomes, Gardner Minshew, Jameis Winston, and Russell Wilson. Pat, I understand. And I could say I understand Russ, even though we shouldn't have lost to Russ. But the other 2, it is what it is. The next one. Jonas also says, I believe Marlon Humphreys is now leading all NFL cornerbacks with interceptions 5. Is he a dark horse campaign for defensive rookie of the year underway if the Ravens win this? Definitely a dark horse, but I really like what Marlon is doing right now. Marlon, he was the spark last week. He gave us a chance this week with the interception. I really love what Marlowe's doing, on his side of the ball, and I can't be mad at Marlowe for the way he's playing. Not at all. This picture says, "Welcome to the Ravens, Tre'Davious White." That's the pass breakup on George Pickens in the end zone. Huge play. Huge play. Next one. From Jeff Zarebic, it says, Marlon Humphreys just jogged into the tunnel with 51 seconds left and his teammates still on the field. Not sure what went on there, but the optics aren't good. It is what it is, man. Game was over. And Marlo always take off early. He'll tell you that. He tell you that on his podcast. He always leave early, win or loss. He try to get out as fast as possible. The next one from Jeff says, Ravens defense is just about out of gas, and it'll be hard to blame them. Hard to blame it. The offense special teams have hung the defense out to dry. I agree 100%, Jeff. The offense and defense, the offense and special teams hung the defense out today. And the defense still didn't give up a touchdown. 6 field goals. I'm really saying they gave up 4 field goals because them 2 after them fumbles were short fields. I can't say anything bad about the defense today, at least not right now. Not while it's still fresh. Let's see what John had to say. Let me turn my volume up. Turn my audio volume up. Let's see what John had to say. I'll move it up a little bit too so I don't get no copyright stuff. Move it up a little bit. Let's see what John had to say.
Definitely something we got. The biggest thing was we just got in the second and long too much. Second and long, then it ends up being third and long too often. Penalties have set us back too much.
What's it going to take for this team to cut down on penalties? I mean, it has been an area of weakness this year.
It's definitely something we got to do, and we got to cut down on the penalties. That's very important. We've done it before on offense. We haven't had a lot of those in some of our big offensive games, but today that was a big problem. The biggest thing was the.
That's part of where I'm at, man. Like, every time Henry would get a good run, a 7, 8, 15-yard run or whatever it was, you get a penalty. And now it's you behind the sticks, and he's just not a part of our passing package. And that's why you take him out. Some people are like, leave him in, it don't matter. Yeah, it does matter. It does matter. Let's see what Lamar's talking about.
AFC Championship game, we killed ourselves. Chiefs game, the opener, we killed ourselves. Raiders, we killed ourselves. And today, same thing. It's just like we can't be beating ourselves in these type of games. We got to find a way to fix that.
100% correct. 100% correct. Like, that's why Cheddar Bob is on the thumbnail. Remember, I don't know if you're not informed with 8 Mile, Cheddar Bob pulled out a gun and he shot himself trying to hold up for his friend. That's us shooting ourselves in the foot. I think he shot himself in the thigh or something though. This is why Cheddar Bob's on the thumbnail for what Lamar just said right there. Great way to sum it up, Lamar. Another tweet from Jonas says, Lamar said it is annoying to waste a great game by the Ravens defense by scoring just 16 points. He's clearly frustrated by how often the offense shot itself in the foot, Cheddar Bob, with penalties and turnovers. You just can't have them, man. You can't win, much less big games. You can't win games, period. Don't just put the cap on it. You can't win big games. You just can't win games, period. Shooting yourself in the foot like that is almost impossible. Marlo explaining what happened. Let's see what Marlo talking about.
Yeah, so usually I thought it was they get a first down, the game was over, but we actually had another timeout, and there was 50 seconds, so 2 more plays had to. People probably haven't realized that, but I do that when we win. If there's 20 seconds left, we win. I'm the first one in. I'm a sore loser and a sore winner. So, but it would have been kind of awkward. I came back out once I realized in the tunnel that the game is that we called it, had another timeout, and there's 50 seconds. But no, I'll have to. Maybe I'll just start waiting until 0 on wins and losses until we just go in because that was.
Honestly, I see nothing wrong with that from Marlo. It's an emotional game. Rather than say something or do something out of character, I don't blame you one bit, Marlo. You won't hear me saying anything crazy about it. And y'all know I ain't how I feel about Marlo. But I accept this and I'm cool with it. Let's go back to 8 for one more. I think I got 2 more tweets, I think.
AFC Championship game, we killed ourselves.
Oh, that same one.
Chiefs game, the open.
Same tweet. Same one. All right, so let me open these phone lines up and get y'all situated. Let me turn my volume back down. I'm going to open the phone line up, get y'all situated, and we're going to ride from there. Get me back up here. All right. Get this open. Oh, this joker's already over here waiting. They already waiting. Hold on 1 second. Let me get them situated.
All participants are muted and they can unmute themselves. The recording has started.
All right. Now we got them on the line. Got everybody on the line. Remember, these 5 minutes. Hey, we on point today. We gonna be on point. So let me get my first callers in. I hope they're in line by the way they call. I hope they are. Let me get my timer together. All right. Let's see. Oh, let's see. Happy Founders Day, brother.
First of all, happy Founders Day to you, team.
Root to the
I
bros.
like the shirt. I like that. Like the hat, dog. You know
Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Yeah, you're a little ignorant with it, with the languages. You know what I'm saying?
Had to be.
Yeah,
old bro gave me this.
I got you, dog. I know what you're working with, dog. Yeah, I got one similar with the with I'll send you a picture of it.
Gotcha.
Well, I had one. I gave it to a young bro. Yeah, but I think it's I want to give away our secrets on here.
Agreed. Do
But
that.
real quick, but real quick, man, this was a playoff game, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And this is where you have to be concerned. I've been saying it all season, dog. Tuck gonna cost y'all in the playoffs because you can't turn the ball over, and you got to make. Because even with all the turnovers, as bad as it seemed, and I don't think it was that bad on offense, because that's how it's gonna be. You're not gonna blow teams out in the playoffs. It's just, unless you're the greatest show on turf, and even they had to win the 11-6 playoff. You got to win these games. And with 3 turnovers, you know what I'm saying? Two backed up in your own, and you still have a chance to win. He makes those field goals. You win the ball game.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But it's just one of those things where I know people keep making excuses for him and all this stuff. It don't matter what he did in the past. At the end of the day, he's a kicker.
Yeah.
And you cannot allow your kicker to cost you the season, no matter what he did in the past. It's what have you done for me lately in the league?
True.
Period. You know what I'm saying? And so it's one of those things where he got to get it together. If not, you got to, like you said, you got to bring somebody in who's going to make those kicks. And it's one of those things. Adam Vinatieri didn't finish his career with the New England Patriots, and he's a kicker that's going to go into the Hall of Fame. But at the end of the day, he got bad, and they had to get rid of him.
Yep.
Ended up finishing up with the Colts.
Yep.
And it's unfortunate, man, and it boils down to it. Harbaugh gets outcoached by Andy Reid, and he gets outcoached by Mike Tomlin. And people making fun of Russell Wilson, dog. Russell Wilson didn't need to be taken off that list because Russell Wilson is a Hall of Famer. You know what I'm saying? And so you can say what you want to say. Russ did what he needed to do. He got first downs that he needed to get him. Kept his team he did throw that red zone pit, but he gave his team a shot to win. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to Adolfo Yohe, he's gonna get paid off for 2 games because most of his sacks off the Raiders and the Steelers, man. But nah, it's a frustrating game to watch, and you hate to see a great player like Lamar's career wasted with a coach that gets outcoached like this.
True. And
then also this goes to show you how bad you need a number 1 receiver too, because in the playoffs again, they're not calling those holdings. Give Joy Porter Jr. credit, but all he does is hold and put his hands on guys. But when you got smallish receivers and guys can't get open, they can't win 50-50 plays, and what happens? 3 catches by the wide receivers this game.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So as bad as it was, and I guess the one thing that you can't take away from it, every game that y'all played, Lamar gave y'all a chance to win at the end.
Sure
you know
did.
What I'm saying? And so with as bad as it was, as bad as it looked, you had a shot. But yeah, you gotta get your kicker together, bro.
Yeah, he blew
it. He blew it, and he ain't been good the last 3 years either.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And if you want to call it what you call it, he cost y'all against Buffalo in 2020. Missed 2 field goals. You know what I'm saying? So I hate to ruin the Founders Day like this, dog.
My Founders Day ain't ruined. Forget them. I'm enjoy the rest of my day when we get out here. I'm enjoy the rest of my Founders Day.
I know, right, man. But all in all, enjoy watching the game with you guys as always, man. Enjoy the rest of your day, man. Let the guys come in and get their rocks off today, man. Sun will come out tomorrow. Y'all got the Chargers next weekend. I still see at least 12-5. Y'all should be straight.
Yeah. I think it's next Monday, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's next Monday.
It's next Monday. So hopefully Chargers win. So that Chargers win tonight. So that way it gives Cincinnati more losses because we was like the Broncos gonna win. All right, man. You know what I'm saying? So all right, I'm out of here, dog.
Appreciate you, dog.
Rudy.
All right, got that one. That's my man DDSQ. Let's see. Let's get our next one up here. Let's see who we got next. I think I got a new number right here. This is a new one on me. What's your name and what you got for me today?
So my name is Shuriken11 in your chat.
Oh,
my real
okay.
name is Jerome, so you can call
Gotcha.
me that, bro.
I got you.
So yeah, man, this not only this game, but I feel like the temperature of the whole season, it just come down to bad coaching and mediocre GMing. And I was kind of explaining to my wife because she just started watching football with me.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, when I played, if we had 3 penalties in the game, we knew the next practice was going to be hell because the coach was going to really lay into it. These niggas went out there and committed 14 penalties, coach.
14.
14 penalties, and I found that unacceptable. And this is why I said in your chat, I'm like, man, we need to flip the whole coaching staff in the offseason. Because and I was telling this to my wife, it's big game after big game after big game. And if you really look at it, on special teams, we don't pin nobody deep. It's always going into the end zone. Kick returns is always a hold or a block in the back.
Yep.
When it comes to defense, the defense played good, but there's also some coaching stuff going on with just having Brandon Stevens existing in the game, like in the first place. Offensive side of the ball, it's just our guard center guard combo got destroyed today. I seen Hayward push Linderbaum back into Lamar's face at least 3-4 times to get a deflection off the line of scrimmage. Didn't hear Flele's name today, but I'm pretty sure he was probably down there getting dominated. Derrick Henry couldn't get going, and people kept saying, "Why you won't give the ball to Derrick Henry?" Do y'all see what's happening when Derrick Henry gets the ball? McCarr can't hold a single block. Receivers having issues getting off the ball, and this is what I told Spencer Stokes on Twitter, because they was like, "How you gonna play him hardball?" I'm like, bro, listen, all the penalties, all the execution troubles we have, and that starts in practice.
Yep.
So if you don't get people right in practice, it's gonna translate to the game. There's nothing you can do about it to stop it from translating to the game. That's football.
And then go back to coaching.
Look, and I know this is a religious team, man. You can pray, you can do all that stuff. When it comes down to it, man, freaking execute, man.
Yep.
Freaking execute. Do your job, man. That's what it comes down to. And nobody just wants to, it's hard, bro. Like I said, man, I'm sad. I ain't even mad no more. I'm sad at this point because it seemed like we leveraged our whole organization for one dude, for one man. And for what? For what, man? Had my wife looking at me crazy when I was watching the game. I'm sitting here telling I'm like, why is Brandon Stevens? I'm cussing Brandon Stevens out. Like, legit.
Hey,
I'm like, why
check
is
this
Brandon
out.
Stevens on it?
After the game, my wife came back here. She's like, "I'm just doing a wellness check on you because you ain't come out the room or nothing. You ain't moved." She came to see. She said, "I'm doing a wellness check on you because you ain't come out the room. You ain't moved or nothing."
It's real because my wife, she getting into it now, and it's so bad that I actually explained to her like the why and the why I'm so concerned with why it's looking so bad because this not a championship level team. To be a championship level team, we always put it on Lamar or Roquan or Marlon Humphrey. Man, you need championship level coaching, man.
Yep. I agree.
And that's pretty much all I wanted to say, man. Like, I appreciate you for all you do. I'm still going to be tuned in, but it's hard for me to take this team serious right now.
Right. My perspective is going to be different, but I appreciate you for calling in. My perspective I won't be as so antsy. I'm just going to watch and see what happens. I'm gonna go in with no expectation, even though I want to win, but I'm gonna be like, just watch and see what happens.
Exactly.
I appreciate
all
you,
right,
big
Coach,
dog.
Man, you have a great day, man.
You too, bro. I got you locked in too, so next time you call, I got your name will pop up for me.
All right, bet I'm gonna call in next week. Hopefully we'll win.
Got you. All right, hey. So far, you guys doing a great job of getting your points off and getting them out. I ain't had to cut nobody off. Trust me, I don't want to cut nobody off. But when that alarm go off, I'm gonna cut you off. So just know that, and I charge it to my head, not my heart, because we got a bunch of callers today, and I want to get everybody in. So that's why we gonna be real strict on this 5-minute mark. Got a bunch of people calling, so don't stay in your 5 minutes. What up, Jared?
What up, Coach? I'm like you said, man. F them, man. I'm trying to enjoy the rest of my day.
It's a struggle, man. It's hard to. You finally get the defense. All of us have been complaining. Defense play better. Defense play better. Defense play better. They played better. How do we give up? How do we not score more than 16 points? It'd be different if TJ Watt had 3 sacks and they had a bunch of sacks. I'd be saying, yeah, we should have scored 16, but we didn't. We did. We laid the ball down for them. That's how they did it.
Here's my thing, and I hear some brothers on here and they're making good points saying that we couldn't run the ball. I beg to differ. When we was kept consistently giving the ball to Derrick Henry and running the right running plays, no long drawn out, run plays. He just going through the middle. He was gaining yards.
Mm-hmm.
So my issue was when we got in their territory, after the 50, beyond their 50, why we stopped running the ball? And here's my thing. This Steelers defense, after all the years watching this rivalry, didn't impress me at all. Dude, and I'm gonna try to be quick. They had Peyton Willis in, coach.
Mm-hmm.
Not only am I an HBCU guy, I'm an ACC guy. Peyton Willis, you don't know anything about him. He played at NC State.
Mm-hmm.
This joker cannot defend the run to save his life. He's a good pass defender. We should have been running the ball forward up through them, bro. Yeah, they got good players. They're going to stop the run. That's the game. But don't give up. You know what? John Harbaugh needs to take notes from Mike Tomlin. Because when we were stopping them, when they were trying to run the ball, they did not give up. And you started seeing Najee eventually getting first downs and Jalen Warren.
Mm-hmm.
That's football. You don't freaking give up.
So my thing
There's no excuse for that.
With Derrick Henry, if you're gonna leave him in and he's gonna be a 3-down back, just throwing the ball from time to time. Just because that's the issue. Like in passing situations, we take him out, and we don't need that element of giving away plays. We're a good offense, but we ain't good enough for people to know, hey, Derrick Henry out, they throwing the ball, or Derrick Henry and they running the ball. And I know he's gotten a few catches here and there. I know this is not like an absolute. But I'm just saying, for the most part, if Derrick Henry's not in the game, it's probably a pass, and they know that. But most NFL players get paid, all, and the coaches get paid, all. So it's extremely frustrating.
Yeah. And if it were coaching, John, don't get me started on John Harbaugh. But one thing we need the offense need to act like they've been hitting the weight room. Because they were snatching balls, and I can understand that was a good play by Herbie on Henry.
Yeah.
But like the other two fumbles, come on now, act like you've been in the weight room, bro. To take that ball.
And I still think Henry was down. I mean, not Henry. I still think Justice Hill was down.
Yeah, matter of fact, if anything, that was no damn. If you was gonna say that was the Steelers' ball, that was no interception. That was a fumble, because he snatched the ball when he was already initiated.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing, Lamar need to stop lying. Talk about that was a run. That 2-point conversion, that was no damn run. All right, coach, you and I love Lamar. Come on, quit trying to protect these dumbass coaches, bro. And that's what love, Lamar. But you have a good night, y'all.
I appreciate you, Jared. Jared with a drop mic moment. I appreciate you, Jared, for coming through. Appreciate it. Hey, if y'all have not done so, tap that like button, please. We got 230 in here. Do me a favor and hit that like button, and let's keep this thing rolling. That damn dub, we coming to you. What up, my guy?
Coach, what's going
on
doing with it, man?
I'm
man,
trying to hold it together.
Man, deflating loss, frustrating loss, but a loss nonetheless. We look good in spurts. We look bad for most of the game. I can't even come in here and air out John Harbaugh like I want to. He didn't habitually, like he does, piss down his leg as far as managing the game and the timeouts and challenges and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Ironically, I thought he did a good job in that department today.
Agreed.
Where I think he dropped the ball at was on the 2-point conversion play call. That was definitely a pass, by the way. The prior caller, Jared, I think he hit it right on the head. Nelson Aguilar was supposed to leak out on that play, and he ended up attaching on the end of the line of scrimmage and blocking. And I think that's who Lamar was going to end up looking for on that play. I didn't like it because it was to Lamar's left side. If you're going to call that play, call it to Lamar's right. And if you're going to call that play, call it to a bigger body receiver. I'm looking for Andrews or Likely or even Cola. Why am I looking for Aguilar?
Mm-hmm. And the thing is, they had confusion before the play, too.
Yeah, they did. They didn't know what they wanted to run. I think Pittsburgh called a timeout before that play just to get a look at what we was coming out in, looking at us. I just didn't like it coming against, across Lamar's body to his left. I think if you're going to run that play, you got to run it to the right and look for a bigger, more sure-handed target.
Right.
We ran the ball well in spurts. Henry had a couple plays where he used his body and his leverage to finish falling forward. A lot of our plays got blew up. I think that came from, just trying not to, create more flags than we already had, guys trying not to fire out and maybe get jumped for offsides and false starts and all that. The drop to Zay would have been huge if he didn't come back and make up for it on a touchdown.
True.
But it almost had a feel like they was letting us score there just to make sure they had the ball last to run the clock out. That's just me, though. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking too much into that. But the defense, man, I got to give a game ball to the defense even in the loss, man. They held them boys to nothing but field goals, and 2 or 3 of them field goals we gave them by, our own mishaps on offense and special teams. I mean, it's hard to believe in Justin Tucker at this point. I don't know if it's the operation of the snap, the hold, the kick. But I was telling some boys in the group chat, man, he just doesn't have that same zip, that same drive to the ball. I don't see that same or hear that same boom off the foot when he kicks the ball anymore.
Right.
His trajectory looks like it's just barely hanging on to get there. The one he made look good, but in the misses, there's a trend. They always end up left, and the trajectory is weak. He don't have that drive into the ball. And I don't know what it is in the operation, the snap, the hold, or the kick, but it's something. But the elephant in the room is the turnovers hurt us, man. The 2 fumbles and the pseudo interception, which was a good placed ball. We just didn't finish it with a catch. So
Great.
Deflating loss, man. We just got to scratch it and go on to the Chargers, honestly, man.
Agree 100%. We agree with every fact. Agree with every fact. It's more frustrating than anything because we are a lot better than the product we put on the field today.
And I'm going to leave it with this, Coach. 12 penalties, 80 yards. Whose job is it to prepare their team? Whose job is it to enforce staying away from flags throughout the week of practice? Whose job is it to emphasize, look, we can't have penalties. It's got to be some kind of punishment system in place during the week of practice. If we get over-penalized, someone's got to be held accountable for being the most penalized team in the league. And where I'm from and how I came up, that's usually your head ball coach.
Yep.
Y'all have a good one, Raven Nation.
Appreciate you, big dog. Hey, he 100% correct. He 100% correct. I know when, again, on a much lower level, when we had guys that constantly had penalties like during the week, especially non-effort penalties, they had to pay Monday. They had to pay Monday. And I know the NFL is a totally different beast. Them guys making gazillion dollars. But you had mental penalties, you had to pay Monday. You had to. Before practice even got started, you had to pay. You had to. On you, Cam. What's good? What's good, my boy?
And the one positive I can say about the game is that it's one more loss until hopefully Teflon John leaves. You know what I'm saying? And it's just the same thing over and over again, man.
You think if they lose one more, they're gonna get rid of him?
No, I'm saying like it's the one more loss until the season's over. So
okay. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah. But the main thing is we're just so undisciplined, and it's being coached that way, man. Because that's the weird thing about it. Like Stephon John doesn't want like hard players and stuff. He wants he wants Boy Scouts. But yet we're so undisciplined at the same time. So we get the worst of both worlds. We get a soft team that is also undisciplined. You can have both. You can't be soft and undisciplined all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like we it's just I don't know what to really say, man. It's just the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, it's a broken record.
We are soft and we're undisciplined. Like we don't have no dogs on the team. All we have is Boy Scouts. So
we got one dog. I think we got one dog. Then we got one, and that's 8.
Yeah, we want 1 or 2 dogs, but then we're undisciplined. It's just you can't have both, man.
Right, I agree.
You can have no dogs and be undisciplined. You know what I'm saying?
Because if you got an undisciplined team and you got dogs, they gonna have their penalties and they gonna have their mess ups. But they gonna make plays too.
Yeah, but us, we're getting none of that. We're getting the worst of both worlds, man.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, and why does even online, I see no one's blaming the Teflon John.
Yeah.
That's why I call him Teflon. Like, it's never his fault. It's never his fault.
Oh yeah, 14 a dog too. Yeah, 14's a dog too.
Ridiculous, man. Like, dude, you're the head coach, and none of these faults are your fault. Like, that's the thing, man. We won't win anything with Teflon John. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
and Tomlin has outcoached him again.
Yep. On a streak about coaching him. At some point, you gotta stand in the gap. At some point, you gotta stand in the gap and face, and you gotta beat these two jokers. At some point, you gotta handle your business versus your mentor, who is Andy Reid, and you gotta beat
Tomlin.
Tom.
Is just toying with Teflon John.
Like when we get in situations where you have to think,
making fun of him.
Exactly. He laughing at him because he know what he gonna do.
Yeah. This is in a 2-point play. I do agree. Like Nelson was to leak out, just like he did versus the Bengals. But you see, like him and Isaiah were arguing right before the play.
Mm-hmm.
So one of them got misconstrued on who to block and who to leak. So I do think Lamar was covering for them.
Mm-hmm.
I think he was covering for Nelson probably because I think it was Nelson who was supposed to leak out. But he's either covering for Nelson or Isaiah.
Mm-hmm.
But but that goes with.
Yeah, I got to go back and look at it because I didn't think it was a pass, but to hear everybody say that, I got to go back and look at it.
No, because
watching it live, I didn't think it was a pass.
Right before the play snap, Nelson and Isaiah were arguing with each other, and then they lined up.
Yep.
So that's what I mean. Like, so they were arguing who blocks and who looks out.
Right.
So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, in my opinion, it was a pass, and Lamar was just covering for was covering for those guys.
Mm-hmm.
But still, though, like another mental lapse.
Yep.
Coaching.
Sure was.
Like it's all on coaching, but somehow he never gets blamed. He is truly Teflon.
Yeah, you got the perfect name for him, Teflon John. The perfect name for him. That's all you got for us today, Kale?
Yeah. I heard the timer, so I don't want to overstep, So that's all I have.
All right, appreciate you, big dog.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you. All right, let's see. All right, who we got next? Let's see who we got next. We got Ravenville next. You hot, big dog. What you think about this travesty that just took place? Ravenville, you got me? He might have put his phone down. Ravenville. All right, we're gonna come back to Ravenville. We're gonna come back to him. P, what's good?
Man, John Harbaugh getting outcoached by Mike Tomlin again. That's what's going on, man. I mean, this game just screams Harbaugh. Again, I know he's not on the field executing, blah, 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 blah. For people that's, he's not the one doing this and he's not the one doing that, but he's the one, okaying these play calls and offensive schemes going into the game. Like, how do you have 10 days rest to implement your offense and you execute a 16-point game?
Right.
Somebody make it make sense. Especially with the way that your defense, who has basically been dog walked pretty much all season, and they give you this performance, and we literally wasted. Literally wasted.
100%.
A great performance by the defense. I don't even know. And then Justin Tucker, I've been saying for at least another year or so, that they should have been bringing into competition for him. He's been looking bad. It's like one of the other callers said. You could see it last season before that. Not as consistently, but this year, I mean, literally in this game, he makes those 2 field goals. Game over. It's done.
Yep. And the
Game
thing
over.
is, it changes the way they call plays. They got to take more shots. They can't play with the lead.
Exactly.
It changes everything.
Which means
Derrick Henry stays in the game more.
Exactly. You don't have to be as predictable with your play calling. The defense might have had more turnovers. I mean, those 2 having a good kicker, especially this next stretch of games they got, Coach. I looked it up after the game, and I'm like, we got a huge stretch of games.
Yeah. I know the Chargers first, right? The Chargers first, right?
Right, Chargers first. But, I mean, just like usual, John Harbaugh, it's just been crazy. But I'm going to go ahead, Coach. I don't want to waste one more time, man. Everybody's points pretty much I agree with on what's been going on. So I'm going to keep watching the show and appreciate you, Coach.
I appreciate you, big dog. All right. Much love. Much love. Appreciate that, SP.
Coach.
Let's come back to see if Ravenville back. See if we can get him back.
Hey,
big dog, you got me now? Okay. All right.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. I got you now.
Hey, Coach, I'm not even mad at this loss. I mean, the defense actually showed up today. The only person I can really blame is like EDC and John Harbaugh, because the offensive line toe down. Whenever we get somebody good, Cam Hayward is very, very, very strong man.
Yeah,
strong man.
Extremely.
But
those are the guys that worry me with Tyler Linderbaum. Linderbaum is good versus a lot of good people, but those guys that got that caveman strength, like Cam Hayward, he struggled with them a little bit. So, but still, TJ Watt didn't have this amazing game, and we still only scored 16 points. If we scored 16 points and TJ Watt had 3-4 sacks and was always knocking the ball down and rushing the mesh point, I would say it is different. But I ain't gonna say we contain TJ Watt because we know what TJ Watt can do against us. We've seen it.
Yeah. He didn't have to turn up this game. He didn't have to do it. He could just sit back and chill and collect his check, but everybody else is almost eating. The whole problem is the offensive line. Really, you know what I'm saying? If it wasn't Ronnie, it was McCarr. If it wasn't McCarr, it was Rosengarten. Like, it's the offensive line. Like, when we face a good team, we're going to have some problems.
And they got a real good front seven.
Exactly. When we got to play the Steelers again, there ain't no reason that we shouldn't have won this game.
No.
There ain't no reason. The reason that Derrick couldn't get going was because we kept getting all the penalties.
Yeah.
It's 1st and 10. Then we get a penalty. Then it's 1st and 15. Then we look up at it's 2nd and 17. You know what I'm saying? But like that one caller said, we still should have kept running the ball. You know what I'm saying? But like again, they undisciplined. Again, the problem with us is the offensive line. We got to blame EDC for that. So you can't just blame it all on Harbaugh. Some of this is EDC's fault.
Yeah, you can only coach what you got.
Right, and guess what we're going to draft this year? We're going to draft another corner like we always do. And guess what? We're going to draft another defensive end like we always do. Am I lying, Coach?
You're not lying. That's why I'm laughing, because you're not lying.
Matter of fact, we're going to draft a corner, a defensive end, and we're going to draft a kicker this year. What you want to bet?
They're not going to draft a kicker. If they draft a kicker, boy. We do have 11 picks, though. We do have 11 picks.
The conference has been locked.
We got 11 picks, so kicker might be one of them. You're right.
This is my last point, Coach. Man, I saw D-Hop catch the ball with one hand with Casey, man.
Going out of bounds?
Why we couldn't have just got him? What we would have had to offer him, a third or a fifth? Come on, man. All right, that's all I got for you, Coach, man. I'm out.
I appreciate you, Ravenville. Thank you for the call, man. I appreciate it. Let me see. I had a super chat that I don't want to miss. From Kevin B.
Manwoods has donated $2 and says Keaton only returning, not running on offense.
Yeah, Keaton is only returning kicks. He didn't get a rush at all. He didn't get one rush at all. So maybe they still trying to Put up 33 later round. Maybe they're still trying to ease him back in, but well, don't know. Don't know. Let's see. I think we got a new caller right here as well. We got a new caller. What's your name and what you got for us today?
Hey, what's up, Coach, man? It's Shockwave True.
Oh, what up, Shock? How you doing today, man?
Oh, man, I'm doing good, man. It's just, man, everything everybody said is good. I don't have no disagreements with. The one thing I would say is they need to seriously consider firing Harbaugh and getting in Bill Belichick for the bye week.
That fast?
I mean, that fast. Hey, man, the goose is cooked. I mean, you've seen enough from last week, last year's playoffs. I mean, it's there. It's not getting no better. The same problem persists. Poor coaching, lack of game planning, undisciplined, flags, penalties, and all he's going to say is, oh, God, gee, shucks. We tried, and, who has it better than us? Mike Tomlin. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's what it is, man. They're sitting around here, sitting there trying to romance the stone, and, oh, man, it's enough of it. This what I'm saying, man. Let them have the Harbaugh Bowl next week. Win or lose, it don't matter. Fine. I'll call Bill Belichick right now and say, start assembling your staff. You got a week. Monday morning, start assembling your staff. This is the people we got. If you want to keep them, this, that, and the other, or if you want to get the whole other staff together, fine. You got a week.
Yeah.
I
wouldn't be mad at it, but you do realistically. We are what, 7-4? Say we win Monday, it'll be 8-4. You think they'll really get rid of an 8-4 coach? Man. I'm just saying, not what we want, realistically, because you know how buddy Bashadi and them are.
No, realistically, no. But I'm saying that's what we have to turn the heat up.
I do agree with that.
You can sit here and say all this stuff because the Stephen A. Smith and all the major media pundits, the talking heads, could be, Lamar can't beat the Steelers. They're not gonna say nothing about the 12 penalties.
Nope.
Ain't gonna say nothing about the fumbles and that interception. How you gonna call it interception? This man threw challenge flags on all of the crazy shit. Now, heel elbow is on the ground, and he still got 2 possessions on the ball. So that's tie go to the receiver. Why you don't challenge that?
Exactly. And the only reason I think he didn't challenge that because it was a turnover, and they automatically look at turnovers, just like they automatically look at field goals. But still, even when you got the call that you didn't like, I think that would have been a chance to, like, even if you don't get it, make them look at it more.
You got to challenge it because it wasn't inside the 2-minute warning.
So
you get an automatic review inside the 2-minute warning, or you might get the quick review from the booth. But if you seeing it, I mean, that's it's here nor there right now. But I mean, we don't have a number one receiver that can beat press coverage. These guys get punked.
Yep.
I'm just being real with you, man. Them dudes get punked. You see what happened. This was the closest thing that you could substitute a playoff environment, and it happens. It's the same playoff team that was 14-2 and lost to Tennessee in 2019.
Yep.
I mean, ain't nothing. What changed? Nothing. The only thing changed is Derrick Henry in our backfield.
Yep. And
we don't know. Todd Monken has undisciplined play calls. You know what I'm saying? When they got that pick from Russell. You know, or even better than that, when they stopped them on 4th and 1 on their side of the 50. Man, it should have been run, play action, run. First down. Run, play action, first down. You know what I'm saying? They don't recognize what type of game they in early. You know, they should have known. After, you know, that first fumble with Henry, you're like, okay, this is the type of game we in. We got to slow it down. You can see none of your receivers getting open. I mean, Lamar was throwing the ball to the open area. They quitting on routes. You know what I'm saying? They're not running through the plays. They're quitting on routes, and you could always tell when a receiver know he didn't give it his all. They turn around with their head down.
Yep. Yeah, they sure do.
See when they turn around with their head down and start walking to the huddle, they knew they quit on the route. They knew they gave up, and they know they didn't get it. And they know they're getting punked.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And another cautious thing, man. Likely he's not disciplined with the ball. He's young, and he don't have good ball security. That 6-point swing before halftime, that was a big difference in the game.
Huge.
Even with the missed Tucker field goals.
Huge.
Even with the missed Tucker field goals. They gave up a field goal going into the half, and they got a field goal coming out the half. That was 6 points.
Mm-hmm. All right, my guy Shockwave, I got like 8 more people behind you, so I hate cutting you off because you be spitting facts, but I want to let them get in. Bro. I want to let them get in because we ain't never had this many callers. I want to make sure everybody get their voice in.
Yes, sir, man. Thank you for keep on pushing.
I appreciate you, big dog. Great talking to you.
Yes, sir.
All right. So that's Shockwave always called with great points, and man, I could talk football with that guy all day. Let's see who we got next. I think I got another new caller next. I got you locked in too, Shockwave. All right, what's your name? What you got for me today?
What's up, Coach? It's Tony. I called when we made the Deontay Johnson trade.
Okay. Been lock you
man,
in.
I just got 3 major points, man. It's first of all, on the defense, it's a step in the right direction. If you're gonna take one positive thing from this game, it's something to build off of. But I think one tweak they can make is Stevens got to get benched at this point.
He did.
He did?
Yeah, he did. He was on the sideline at the end of the game.
Yeah, they got to put Tre'Davious White in now, and I think that's a solid starting rotation. With how we played today, it's something to build off of, but that's like the only positive thing I'll take from this game. That's my first point.
Mm-hmm.
My second point, Henry having the ball less than 20 times a game, especially in AFC North, physical, this was the epitome of Ravens versus Steelers.
Mm-hmm.
And him having less than 20 carries is just unacceptable.
Yep.
And that falls on coaching. And it's just frustrating. And
my thing is, can he not pass pro? Is that why they taking him out on pass? Big as he is, he got to be able to block.
Yeah, it just baffles me, and that's just going to lead to my last point. Like, at the end of the day, we watched this team, and our worst enemy is us.
Mm-hmm.
We could easily be. I give it the Chiefs game. We could easily be 9-2, 10-1 right now.
Yeah.
But we just constantly make these just inexplicable errors. The 2-point conversion play, going for the gusto at the end of the half with 40 seconds left in a game where points are at, it just baffles me. And now with 4 losses, and you got this tough stretch coming up where you play the Eagles, you play the Steelers again.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have to play another divisional game, the Browns, which who knows how we're gonna play against them now with losing early in the season. You got a stretch where you can't really F up anymore. You know, and our team, I think it just comes down to learning how to finish. We don't know how to finish consistently, and that's the main problem. That's what's gonna hold this team back from reaching to the Super Bowl. And it's frustrating.
I agree 100%. We're at 7-4 now. I think we can afford to lose one more and still make the playoffs. But looking right now, we're at 6. But I think if we lose one more, we might still make it. But with this stretch coming up, if we win 2, we might be done. If we lose 2, we might be done.
Especially how I'm one of them guys where I don't think Cincinnati's going to be out of it. I think they're going to win tonight, going up against the Chargers.
Mm-hmm.
Just because they have to win,
mm-hmm.
and playing that team over the years, I just don't see any quit in them. So they're going to bring their all tonight. Then Indianapolis won today. I don't think we're going to, have to worry about them. But, like, if we're game and a half back of the Steelers and we're looking at a wild card spot, we can't mess up anymore.
Sure.
And we won't get to where we want to be if we don't learn how to finish, if this coaching staff doesn't learn how to hold this team accountable when it comes to the penalties. It's frustrating, man. But that's all I got for you, Coach, today. Thank you for having me on.
I appreciate you, Tony. Appreciate it. All right. Great call. Another great call. Let's see who we got. We got Rave is up next. Rave Kingdom is up next. Let me turn my volume down a little bit. I know he about to get busy. Make sure I ain't miss no super chat either. But the schedule coming up before we get to Rave. The Chargers, Eagles, bye week, Giants, Steelers, Texans, Browns. Ain't no slouch. That ain't no slouch right there. Rave, you hot, baby. What's good?
Why? Tell me that it's you make sure right. No. Look.
Why they do it this way?
All right. Look. Okay. For one, shout out to the defense because I'm not a guy that's ever gave that much criticism to the defense other than the fact that I felt like Zach Orr was the problem, and he still is the problem. I don't care what people say. The defense played their ass off. I don't care. They had to go on that field over and over and over again trying to save the Ravens' ass, okay? Let's keep it 1,000. And this is the same defense that people was roasting, okay? I'm talking on a barbecue chicken roast, okay? They was roasting this defense. Today, I know it's just one game, but my God, Tre'Davious White looked way better than that boy that can't turn his head. I'm not even going to say his name. Just know, you know what?
That guy.
That's his nickname, Mr. No Turn Head, okay? Tre'Davious White looked way better than Mr. Can't Turn His Head, okay? All right? He can't turn his head to save his life, okay? Now, but shout out to the defense. I got to give him credit. Now, to the screaming part, you might have to get your headphones in. You might have to get your earmuffs in. Justin Tucker! Justin Tucker, you suck! Garbage! You're a You're ruining the game! Justin Tucker! You're ruining it! You're ruining it! We're supposed to be win! That's a dub! No! Look, I hear people talk about, we're not supposed to rely on Justin Tucker. But my God! It's the holder. It's his leg. I think he was hurt a minute ago and he never really healed. Well, give him some surgery. Give him a needle. Give him nothing. He's fucking. Justin Tucker sucks. He is garbage. Ravens, I swear to you, Ravens, I swear to you, my boy, stop losing. You're pissing me off, man. You're really ruining my day. And it's the thing. I didn't even get to eat it. Today. So if I didn't get to eat good, that means guess what? I'm in a very bad mood. And my mood says, wow, I'm downstairs watching national television, watching my Baltimore Ravens lose to Patrick Queen. To Patrick Queen. They lost to Patrick Queen. I don't even like Patrick Queen no more. He's not on the team. I'm sorry, Coach.
It's all good, man.
I apologize.
Get it out.
Man.
Get it out.
I have to leave.
This is therapy session. Get it out. Appreciate you, big dog. Talk to you soon. Hey, that's what this is, man. It's therapy. Got to get it out. Cause I know before we started this stream and I was going through getting my stuff together, I was fired up. I ain't gonna even lie. I was fired up. I had the shiesty in my hand. To roast these folks, but I calmed going through the stuff and just calm down a little bit. Like I told one of the callers earlier, my wife came back here to check on me like, you ain't moved, you ain't come out the room, you all right? This it bothered me, man. It bothered me. Big time. Big time. Let's go to Chiefs.
Hey,
What up, Chief?
hey, I ain't as self-medicated as that last partner, but I'm doing my best over here. Appreciate the call, and I'm gonna be as quick as possible.
Okay.
My first question to you is, what do you think if John Harbaugh retire? You think it's more likely that Todd Monken take over, or that we get somebody from the outside like Brian Flores?
Brian Flores will never be the coach of the Ravens. If Todd Monken, if John left or fired or whatever, it would probably be a Belichick because of already his affinity for Lamar Jackson and his track record on winning. If Harbs were to leave, it'd probably be Belichick. Probably. Because he's already came out and said he want to get back into coaching.
He ain't coming to Ravens, man. It's over for that. We need a young Thundercat, and we moving forward. But what do you think about Ronnie Stanley? You think he's leaving after this season, no matter what, or do you think we resign him?
Because of all the restructures and whatnot, and he's having a really decent year. I think Ronnie might be done after this year. I would love for us to re-sign him. If now we win the bowl is different, but I ain't looking at us as winning. Like winning the bowl is probably the least of things on my mind right now because we just too inconsistent across the board. Not pointing at one in particular group. We just too inconsistent across the board.
I love what two of the last three callers. I love how they pinpointed Tre'Davious White over Stevenson's. I agree, but I also like Ardarius out there.
Yes, I like the change.
Say it again.
I said I like the change.
Yeah, definitely. But
I think Ardarius. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. My bad. Go ahead.
We always seem to sit one of our starters and lose the game. So I don't care. I just want them active. I don't like our players that are healthy inactive, and I see non-injury related. Like that's just bad coaching. Like that means you can't get on the same page with your players. That means you're not a player's coach. But go ahead with what you were about to say.
No, I was thinking that us having a young guy. I just think the way what's our owner Bashadi's built that he won't go with those young whippersnappers like a Ben Johnson or I just don't think he could go with one of them young kids. I think he would go with a proven guy, and it's hard to overlook Belichick's Super Bowl wins. Hard. Even though I know it didn't end well in New England. His resume gonna be better than anybody's. Because you can get him with with his resume, he can just go find one of them young whippersnapper offensive coordinators. Because he gonna take care of the defense. Belichick is. But go ahead.
Yeah, but wasn't John Harbaugh like 45, 46 when we heard him?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure of Harb's age. I'm not sure. I know Belichick is pushing 60, if not older.
Yeah, he's older.
The only established young guy I see, and somebody just put it in the group chat, in the chat box, is if the Rams got rid of McVay, because he's an established young guy. Like he got a Super Bowl win, and him with his scheme with Lamar, man.
I feel that definitely. I'm a sympathizer. I'm an edge sympathizer. I know there was some Patrick Queen and Steven sympathizers out there, but I got sympathy for our edges down there, and I don't know what it is, but it's one day one guy gets a day to go off, and Oway went off just like Beeks went off last game. I know there's a lot of people that don't like Ojabo and Oway, but I'll admit I got a soft spot for him, and I think that we can turn it around. I did see, and I want to know what you thought. I did see in the fourth quarter we had Odessa, and we also had I think Tavius Robinson out there. We had our young boys out there. What do you think about that?
Because they played so many darn snaps. The Steelers ran damn near 80 plays. the defense was getting tired, so you had to sub. You had to. I mean, the Steelers ran almost 80 plays. That's wild to me. And the defense get tired after that. Yeah.
You don't know who the captains on our defense are, do you?
Yeah, I'm gonna answer that for you before we get out of here. That's Ro. Even though we have we send different people out there, it's Roquan. It's Roquan.
All right, thank you for taking my call, Coach. I mean, I don't feel heartbroken over this. It is the Steelers. We did get them to 2 points. We do got a game for them when they come home. Hopefully, I'm going to that game. But yeah, everybody don't hold your heads. I mean, this is what Steelers Ravens is about. So don't. If you lost some money, then like that last caller, he don't need the therapy session. He needs a pharmacist. But if you lost some money like him, then yeah, I can see. But everybody else, y'all keep your head up and let's go next week.
I appreciate you, big dog. Appreciate it. Yeah, this is wild, man. This is wild. Let's see. I dropped the your tally points for the 25, the 50, the 75, and 100 likes. So if you have not hit that like button, please do so, and we can get some more tally points going. We got 4 more callers. Yeah, we got 4 more. Marcus, what's good, big dog? Hey yo, Marcus. Hey yo, Marcus. Yeah, I got you now. I can hear you now.
Hey, Coach.
What's good?
Bad game overall. Feel like we was ill prepared. I feel like after all that, it went down to the last play. I don't know what was that for the 2-point conversion.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like we just went with just a regular pass play, or if not, you should have had Henry in the game. At least you could play off of that. But I think it was a bad game. We're very undisciplined as a team, and we're not going to win the Super Bowl just being very undisciplined and everything. And also, I feel like we need, on offense, we need to change our game plan, thinking that Tucker is automatic with these kicks, because
he is not.
This year is proving that he's not automatic from 50 or even 45. So we just need to make sure we get down there and score points. And I would say also on defense, we did a good job, pretty good job. Did you see Orway on the last drive, or he was still on the sideline? I didn't see him.
I don't remember seeing him, but again, I know, like I said, they ran so many plays, them jokers was probably getting tired, because the Steelers had the ball during the whole second half.
Yeah, because I was kind of confused when I saw when Fields got in, and you got Broderick Washington setting your edge, and that was the play he read. That was just bad. That was.
Anytime 97 in the game, they run on us. And I know Travis and Matabike can't play the whole game, but anytime you take Travis and Matabike out, teams have success running it on us.
Right. Also, Tre'Davious Wright did good. I think you just need to bench Brandon Stevens and just put him as a rotational player. And also, people have been saying it was Roquan. If you really look at it, nothing really happened in the middle of the field until Roquan got out, and with Simpson. So to me, I believe that Roquan was doing contemplating for Simpson during those times, like, why the middle of the field wide open? Because he's trying to do much for Simpson, because Simpson, once Roquan got on the game, that's when Pittsburgh really started passing to the tight ends in the middle of the field, and with big holes in between him and Malik.
Yeah, Malik washed as an off-ball linebacker. Malik's an edge player, and he just need to focus on that.
Yeah, I think they should just, if you're going to do that, just put Chris Board there. Keep him in for more athleticism. And if you're going to bench players and be doing well, I think you should bench McCary and Faalele and just put Cleveland Voorhees in. You can't go no worse.
Exactly.
Because there's some plays that Pelehi, I think he should have down blocked, and he just missed. It was someplace he was just not blocking. And McCary is the most penalized offensive lineman.
Yep.
So
He an undersized guard.
Yeah. So if you're going to keep doing that, you just need if you want to keep benching players, just keep on benching McCary, bring in Voorhees, or bring in Cleveland, and bench Faalele. You can't just have missing blocks, or you see like I think it was one play where you see Faalele not blocking nobody, but I think Tyler Limbaugh was on Cameron Hayward, and Tyler was getting pushed back to Limbaugh's face, and Daniel Faalele, he was just standing there like you're supposed to help out.
As always, standing around with his hands out, looking around, doing nothing.
And I think because we did a great job on T.J. Watt. I think this is the first time in Ravens history we did a good game on T.J. Watt. You actually
his one sack was because he was closest to somebody run out of bounds. He ain't actually like sacked the quarterback.
Yeah, that was Lamar's fault. He should do that away. And I think Lamar need to realize now you need to run, because I've realized this season, just based on this season, that when we go against a dominant defensive line, we lose. Not the defensive line totally, because Oakland don't have a dominant defensive line, but if you have a playmaker on that defensive line, we lose. And Lamar need to realize you need to run. You can't just keep holding the ball, because what teams are doing, they just going to pressure with 4.
Right.
And just sit 7 back. And the problem is that they know that the Ravens like taking long shots and long development plays. Those plays is not going to help in the playoff games, because when the defensive line is getting pressure, Lamar is just holding, and none of our receivers see like they never could get open or never could separate. So that's where you see those plays over and over again, where Lamar's just sitting back there, holding the ball, running around, and we can't do nothing. We just need to go back to more short passing game. Or we only ran one screen, and the screen we ran was too likely. I feel like we should have ran more screens in the game today.
You're right, Marcus. You're right. I got to cut you off there. We got a couple guys behind that's been holding for a long time, and I appreciate them for holding. And you were here for a long time, too, so I appreciate you. But let me get these last 3 guys, and I appreciate you, Marcus.
All right. Thanks, Coach.
We got 3 more. I know we coming. I think I got a new caller right here. What's your name? What you got for the show for me?
How you doing, Coach? This is Tommy calling you from Chocolate City, D.C. Well, it's Chocolate Chip City now, but, what can we do? We try to hold on as much as possible, all positive people. But I want to appreciate content creators such as yourself and Nitro, people who've actually played the game and coached the game and know what they're talking about. The problem is John, nepotism, Harbaugh, he hires coordinators that take the attention away from him. So he'll hire a Roman, a Monk, and anyone that will take the attention away from him. So we're not pointing the fingers at him, we're pointing the fingers at the other coordinators. Now, even though Mike McDonald never played the game, he was good at putting people in the right position, and he understood balance, play calling, and the numbers, how to manipulate the numbers. So I don't know who put the bug in EDC's ear to not let him be our head coach, but, it is what it is. So, and I know if Mike McDonald was our head coach, he definitely wouldn't have hired a coordinator like Todd Monken. So that's pretty much the basic problem right then and there. But I know today Zach Orr let all of us know that he's definitely not the problem. And he's definitely proved himself today and let everybody know, hey, it's not my fault today. So even Todd Monken said himself that his wife told him stop going away from what works. So when your own wife does better play calling than you, that should tell you something. So I think that's the problem, and I don't know if Harbaugh has some type of Diddy tape on EDC that he's scared to say something to Harbaugh. I don't know what's going on, but it shouldn't be. I guess when you got the complexion for protection, life is easy for you. So that's just my 2 cents. And next week, he's going to help our little brother get a W. So, because, we got to have something to talk about at the dinner table. So, Jim wants a ring just like Big Brother. So, Mommy, can I get a ring too? So it's that whole type of situation. So it's nepotism, And ego and Harbaugh loves to quote scripture, but he doesn't read Proverbs where pride comes before destruction. So it's one big mess. And anybody, I don't think we really need a Belichick, but definitely some young blood who understands Lamar, understands balanced play calling, understands when to, because that's all Belichick did was run the same play. He ran the same play to the left, ran the same play to the right. Then Gronk came and he just threw the ball to Gronk. That's all he did. And he ran the same play until the defense stopped him, and then he ran another play. And then all Brady did was dink and dunk his way to 6 Super Bowls. Just dink and dunk to the middle, and nobody for some reason could never tackle Amendola and all those middlemen, and all he did was run slants. So it's not complicated. Football is not complicated. But when you have ego and when you have nepotism and when you have a lot of people who never played the game, but for some strange reason they're made head coaches, then, but the system is the way it is, hint, hint, wink, wink. So that's pretty much all I had to say, Coach. I mean, the solution is very simple, but like another caller said, Teflon John. And, you got something on another person that you don't want them to come out about. So, I don't know. But it's sad that, Lamar's talent is being wasted. And but I don't want to go too deep because you might not have a show if we really start talking some truth. But then from a long time ago, but Coach, that you're not supposed to talk back to master the NFL. And that's what Lamar and his mom did. It's like, my baby is a quarterback, and he's going to stay a quarterback. The NFL wants you to be a running back. You're supposed to say, thank you, master. Thanks for letting me run and getting paid. So it's a big system thing and a whole bunch of other stuff and scripts and everything else. But football is very simple. Let's keep it simple.
Exactly. I appreciate you, big dog. I appreciate you 100%. No problem.
All right.
No problem. I do want to kind of tell you guys why I said Belichick. And I said Belichick because I think that's what they would do. Not that's who I would want. The only reason I said it because I think the Ravens would go the Belichick route. That's not necessarily who I want. That's just who I think they would go. I agree with y'all. I would definitely want one of these young whippersnappers, offensive coaches that can get our offense to like, and our offense is still good now. Our offense is still good, but I would definitely want one of those young whippersnappers to get us like humming on offense, humming, like where people really know, hey, if we don't score 30, there ain't no chance, which is what I thought we had now. It's what I thought we had now. Let's go to Z. You hot, my big dog?
Oh, Coach, Z here, man.
I got you. I got you locked in.
I think I'm going to reiterate what everyone said, but I want to focus in on the one part. I don't think anybody really mentioned it. We do have a $60 million quarterback. And I mean,
we do.
Yes, our offensive line is bad. We've known this since week 1. But at the end of the day, he's had the most freedom. It looked like he wasn't getting any help from Todd Monken. I still don't understand not running the ball on first down, trying to be cute, trying to run play action, trying to run deep shots on first down. You got I know he fumbled. I even know Derrick Henry fumbled. We know this.
Yep.
Give him the ball, man. It is. I'd rather take him running for 2 yards. Let them stop it. Let them stop it. Like, I get it, and I know everyone's gonna say, "Or John Harbaugh and EDC," but this is what we had, and I don't want John Harbaugh in there. I want someone like Ben Johnson in there. I don't even want no Belichick in there. Like, I want someone who I think can keep elevating Lamar Jackson. And I really do think it's like we're the definition of shoulda, coulda, woulda. Like, we should have done this. We should have signed Mike McDonald. We could have ran the ball, but we didn't. Like, at the end of the day, you're either going to execute or you're not. We're the most undisciplined team, which goes to our coaching staff. For some reason, we run the ball out on kickoffs when no one else in the NFL does it. But for some reason, we still do that. We've had issues in our punt return game. It just seems like we lack accountability. We lack focus. And it's through all 3 phases of football. If it's not those special teams one game, it's the defense. If it's not the defense, well, the defense has been bad all year except for this year, and I can give them week 1 as well. I think they played Kansas City pretty well, other than some coaching points. But like, if it's not one thing, it's another. So I truly believe like we're not a championship level team. Like, we have championship level players. We have a championship level coach who he won a championship. Like, we have a GM that was in an organization that has won 2 championships. Like, we think we have the pieces, but it's a facade. We're basing it off of what we've done in the past, and it's not what have you done for me lately. Like, if we look at, like, even Lamar, like, I love Lamar to death, but, like, when you have these playoff type environment games, when you gotta have it, and even in the two, like, Lamar Jackson is one of the best quarterbacks in 2-minute situations. It just seems like when the pressure is, what Matt Kellerman said, when the death beams is pointing at the earth, and everybody is looking at who do you want with this shot? Like, can we really say as Ravens fans, like, I know I can trust them, but, like, do we believe in our biggest moments can Lamar Jackson get it done? And I think we're gonna become a fan base where it's see it to believe it. We're not just gonna give our full trust because we know we have hindrance on our teams, and that's what I think it is. Like, I think it's just a psychological warfare going on from the owner to the GM and it trickles down to our quarterback. So I want to shout out Roquan Smith, man. I know we was calling him Ozempic, but even with him being out, I feel like it was his best game of the year. And then he goes out and Marlo gets the pick. I'm glad that we see, like, and shout out to Tre'Davious White. My God, who would have thought? When you play on the bad Rams team, I guess everybody's trying to pick at your QB rating thrown at you, but that's still an all-pro, man. And I want to shout out the defense. Shout out to Kyle Hamilton playing through injury as well. He can't, and Owe. We always say, where's Owe at? But I guess he got his little paycheck coming in, but
he showed us today.
Like, yeah, he showed us today, but I still think he no play Owe for me, man. Get 10 sacks and I'll say something about it. Can we get pressures and sacks when they really count? You know what I mean?
I think he had 7.5.
Doing things when it counts.
I think he had 7.5. I think that's the number. How many sacks he got?
I think he is at 7. I think he had 7, right?
Somewhere now. With 5 games left.
Yeah. 5. He gonna get 10. I think he gonna get 10. Shout out to Yolanda. I know she said that before the season started. If you watch it, but yeah. I want to thank you again, Coach. That's all I have to say. Thank you again. Thank you for your content, man. You one of the best. To me, you're the best in the game. So
I appreciate it.
I appreciate it, man.
Appreciate you, big dog. Appreciate you, Z.
Yep.
He timed it up just right. So, and our last caller, I appreciate you for holding on. You are the last one of the day, and this is by far the most calls we've had after a game. So thank you guys for calling in. Thank you guys for being here in the chat box. Thank you guys for hitting that like button, and thank you just for tuning in over here and watching us talk about what went on. This is our last caller, and let's get to it. All right, what's your name and what you got for the show?
My name Cold World.
Oh, what up, Cold World? What's good?
Not much. Coach, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm better. I was severely PO'd when this live stream started, but I'm better now.
Yeah, get to talk it out. You always get the sense of, like, get that emotion out, talk it out. Always help. That's for sure. But I mean, since I'm the last call, there's like really nothing I could really speak on. I just felt like I wanted to be consistent with Carl, and then, you know, like, we get my little points across. But, you know, I think ultimately I feel like this was a game where I would have wanted to see Lamar play a little better. I felt like this is the time where you got to show the world, in a sense, you know, that he can, like, the piggyback right off of what the guy was saying, like, when they say, can we rely on Lamar to be the one? Do you want him taking that shot? I think this would have been the time to prove that we can rely on him. Not to say he's unreliable or we can't, because I still my favorite quarterback ever to grace the field, even though I may be young. But, you know, I just felt like it was just that time, like that interception that Marlon Humphreys had, and had us with an opportunity to come down and score and didn't put no points on our board. I kind of was like, all right, you know, like it happens, because I knew that it was going to be a game where the offense wasn't going to be as productive as we would like them to be. I feel like it happens more often with Lamar when it comes to division rivals than anybody. And a lot of teams maybe can say that about their rival, but I think for Lamar specifically, he gets a little smaller against division rivals. Even though he played excellent against the Bengals, but it was still a shootout. It was still a nail biter. It wasn't. Now Lamar now put it away, but when he was asked to be that guy in the clutch moment, he did it. So I feel like this would have been a little bit better to see based on the fact that it was against the Steelers, who is a team that he has struggled with, and with the Steelers defense being the way they are and how good the offensive line played to be able to not allow T.J. Watt to be as disruptive. Because I had seen it, I remember, I don't know what quarter it was, but when they showed the stat line that we had 4 sacks and they didn't have 0, and I was telling my wife, my brother-in-law, I'm like, if you would have told me before the game that we would have had 4 sacks and they had 0, I'd have been like, no way. That's just like I thought that it would have been T.J. Watt would have just been more in the game more so. But one thing I think about this team this year has been, and it's kind of messed up to say that about for Zach Orr's sake, is because I feel like Zach Orr has been calling a good season. He's been calling good plays. I feel as though defense has not been executing. But on the other hand, I feel like Todd Monken has been calling bad all year. He just has players that know how to make a play. Hint, hint, Lamar. But so I think that Todd Monken has been doing this all year. And that's why I kind of feel as though it's the same. It takes away how good Zach Orr has been play calling because the execution hasn't been there, and it kind of makes it look like Todd Monken's play calling has been out of this world because of how good the offense has been this year. But that's my biggest take from this is it comes down to what Todd Monken and his experimenting. I'm starting to call it. I think he loves to experiment, and he doesn't have a go-to. Because why isn't your RPO the play that you call your 2-point conversion? Why would you not? How could you not? Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson, even if you're not going to give it to Derrick Henry, or even if you're not going to give it to Lamar, the play action gonna hold somebody on that defense.
Exactly.
It's going to hold somebody. So make both of them be distractions and give it to Patrick Call over the top, or play action and give Patrick Call on the flat like they did last game. I mean, it's endless possibilities. But then you call up a play with Lamar running straight to the back, and like you said earlier, like Derrick Henry doesn't be in no pass play. So if you a coach like Mike Tomlin, you know that. I'm pretty sure you study that. You assume that it's going to be if I'm opposing, you can assume it's going to be either a direct snap / could be draw with Lamar, or it's going to be some type of flat out with Justice Hill, because usually when Derrick Henry's not out there, it's a pass. And that's just since week 1. I've been thinking that since week 1. I noticed that since week 1. I'm like, because I thought, you would see Derrick Henry more out there more often than none because of Derrick Henry. Yeah, he may not be good with the pass plays. They must not practice it, but at least having him out there creates some form of a distraction, whether you're going to give it to him or not. You're not going to respect, I just like, you're not going to respect having Justice Hill out there because you don't believe in Justice Hill to run over your defensive and your linebacker. But you see Derrick Henry out there, you have no choice but to respect him because of his resume.
I agree 100%.
So that's just that's my biggest take on it. I think that it's been like night and day. Bad play calling, good execution on offense. Good play calling, bad execution on defense. And
True.
To be in week 11 and still have not seen a complete game from the team as a general. I mean, we're clicking on all cylinders.
We haven't seen a complete game from offense, defense, special teams. One or two of them always bad.
Right, always. But maybe that's a good thing because maybe that's going to be how our team will play out in the playoffs. High hopes, fingers crossed, toes crossed. But
at this point, I'm hoping we get to the playoffs. At this point, because we got tough 5 games now. Now we're a good team.
Yeah,
we're a good team.
Yeah,
but the Eagles look really good.
Yeah.
Don't know what we're gonna get in this Harbaugh Bowl. Because when we play teams that have familiarity with us, and who has more familiarity than your brother,
right?
We struggle. That's why the division games are so hard, because we play them so much. They kind of know what individual players can do, and then that's why Lamar has good success versus non-divisional teams, because they only see him once a year, and they don't know how to prepare, or they don't know how to prepare for his speed or his decision making or whatnot. So that's why he's so good versus teams you play, once every blue moon. But the teams we play all the time, they trying to get a feel for it. And we just got to figure out. We have to have a plan for their plan. We have to have a adjustment to their adjustment, and we don't seem like we're adjusting to their adjustment, because the teams that are familiar with us, they have the most success against us, and it shouldn't work like that.
Yeah, and plus it's about time for John Harbaugh to show that he is capable of adjusting, because he seems as though he can't. I don't understand it, but for some reason, and as bad as I don't want to say it, it does seem to be a reoccurring theme that's been with John Harbaugh and him in these games, as well, though we just cannot get over the hump. And I don't know what it is, but with John Harbaugh and his lackluster, like, challenging, or when he had times where them just pointless timeouts, or even you can go as far as the lining up. I mean, we had problems with formations and all that since week 1. You telling me we haven't cleaned this up by now?
True.
I mean, but it's like I said, it's this recurring thing. I think that's the only thing you could really take out of it with expectations that, based off of what we've seen from the Ravens through the years, is that they will get better. And we will hopefully, like I said, and another note, hopefully Lamar saved his legs to the playoffs, because I have no idea why this man is just not taking off. That baffles me. I've noticed that the last couple weeks. I think Lamar is just deliberately choosing not to run. And as much as I don't want to say, well, you should be running all day or run 10, 15 times, but if the game on the line, Lamar, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yep.
I mean, that's what separates the good from the great. Whether, I mean, we've seen Patrick Mahomes do it on a Gimpy leg. Not to compare, but that's all. That's what separates the good from the great. And not to say Lamar isn't great, but eventually Lamar will have to understand you may not want to do it, but that's what got to be done to win the game. And that's when he realized that. That's what's going to put us over that hump. I agree.
I agree. I appreciate you, big dog.
I appreciate you, man. You rest enjoy the rest of your night.
Most definitely.
That'll help, I guess.
Yeah, it's man. Honestly, it don't even matter if they win or lose, because we can't catch them. So them losing won't make me nothing either way, because we can't catch them.
Yeah.
I would rather them keep winning.
Same with the Bills.
I'd rather them keep winning, because the Bills are closer to us in record. So I'd rather the Chiefs come back and win this game and just let them go undefeated, because they're gonna have the 1 seed. And hopefully we can try to fight for a second, a third, or whatever. But so I'd rather the Chiefs just keep winning, because we can't catch them.
Hey, you said I couldn't utter the word, because I thought the same thing. When I'm like, I hate to say I want to see the Chiefs win, but yeah, you definitely right about that.
All right, big dog. Appreciate you for holding too.
Man.
Much love.
No problem.
All right. That was our last caller. I appreciate you guys for sticking around, hanging around. This has been one of the best call-in shows of the season. I hate that we have our good shows when we lose. I do. I hate it that we have our good shows when we lose, but it's a part of the business. It's a part of the business. Just sitting here, kind of calm down and thinking about the game. Let me look at the numbers too to make sure I'll say this right. Let me get to the stats real quick. Make sure I say this right. I don't want to misspeak. Where our game at? There it is. So, Derrick Henry only had 13 carries. And we know Derrick Henry's magic number is right around between 20 and 25 carries. And not making excuses for him, but about 3 or 4 of those carries, and I'm going to go highlight them when I get the playlists and the film and whatnot. About 3 or 4 of those carries were on first down or whatever down they were. He got a nice chunk of yards. And because of the offensive line, for whatever reason, it got called back. So now you're looking at 1st and 15 or 1st and 20, when you kind of sort of got to throw it, you don't have to throw it on 1st and 20, but you kind of behind the sticks, that takes him out of the game. And so we get second, say it's the 2nd and 20, and we get maybe 8 yards. Now we're looking at 3rd and 12. Probably not running that. That hurt his carry game. So unfortunately, the way we're using Derek, because we don't use him in pass pro very often, we don't throw it to him very often. The way we're using him, it kind of gives it away when he's in the game. So he won't, unless we're winning, he won't get that amount of carries. And people don't, and it's just the way it is. Unless we're winning, Derrick Henry's gonna not get them carries because he has the tone setter role and he has the closer role. Even when we win the games, people pay attention to this. Even when we win the games, beginning of the game, Derrick Henry pop off. End of the game, Derrick Henry pop off. 2nd through 3rd quarter, you kind of don't see Derrick Henry that much. You don't. You see him some, but you don't see him that much. 2nd through 3rd quarter, he kind of MIA. Not saying it's his fault. I'm just, going off what I see. He starts the game off bruising, and then he closes the game for us. But that middle of the game little stretch, he kind of not in there. We kind of use Justice Hill a lot. But my thing is, 34 can't touch the ball once or twice. If he's healthy, if he's healthy enough to return kicks, he can't touch the ball once or twice. He don't need very many touches. You get him 2 or 3 touches, and if he break one, fine. If he don't, put Derrick Henry back in. That's it. But enough. I'm gonna end this and go watch the rest of this Bills and Chiefs game, man. I appreciate you guys for coming out. I can't tell you how much love I have for you guys for calling in, waiting, and getting it off. I appreciate y'all for doing that, man. Just extremely thankful. So I appreciate that, and I'll see y'all the next time. And I'm gonna let y'all ride out to Locked In, because we ain't as locked in as we should be, man. I appreciate y'all. And I'm gonna let this run for about a minute, and I'm gonna get in the chat box for about a minute while this is running, and see what you got to say, and drop my thanks, and we'll go from there, man. Appreciate y'all.
Okay, I'm locked in. Every single day I be locked in. Focused all the way, man, I'm locked in. From the time I wake, I be locked in. I don't need no break. Okay. Let's play. I say ain't nothing but my grind on my mind. See, we started with nothing, then we climb, then we gonna keep ducking till we finally shine. Indeed, I keep them ducking, baby, time after time. I say ain't nothing but my grind on my mind. See, we started with nothing, then we climb, then we gonna keep ducking till we finally shine. Indeed, I keep them ducking, baby, time after time. I said it's getting hotter out that flame I came. They try to stop me, straight up block me through that pain I've gained. A newer way, pursue my rays. Look, I don't cry no more. I just load up my mind and let my grind go show. Cause I'm locked in. Every single day I be locked in. Focused all the way, man, I'm locked in. From the top